Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nizam bin Maddan, UK 31780. My position as the head of the Surya Holding Sendirian Berhad.
Hi, my name is Ahmad Fadli bin Ahmad Fauzi, UK 31618. My position is as a secretary in Surya Holding Sendirian Berhad Company.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Saifulizan bin Muhammad, UK 31927. I am a director of research and development in Surya Holding Sendirian Berhad Company.
Assalamualaikum and hi, I am Intan Nur Suraya Zakaria, Director of Environmental Health in Surya Holding Sendirian Berhad Company.
Welcome.
Oh, Mr. Chairman.
I don't know, maybe.
Okay, have a seat.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all my lovely staff, my respected staff, my magnificent staff, my perfect staff. Okay, I am Datuk Muhammad Nizam bin Maddan, the head of Surya Holding Sendirian Berhad Company. Thank you to all of you for coming to our second meeting, and I was informed that there are two absentees. Mr. Haris Muhammad, the Director of Human Resource, and Miss Lisa Surihani, our Treasurer, due to some personal matters. Okay. For today, I would like to welcome to Miss Intan Nur Suraya Zakaria, our Director of Environmental Health. Mr. Saifulizan Muhammad, our Director of Research and Development.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, and lastly, our respected secretary, Mr. Ahmad Fadli Fauzi. Okay, our company secretary to Surya Holding Sendirian Berhad. I would like to give the floor to Mr. Fadli, who will introduce us about the main agenda for our meeting and anything else you want to add on anything to this project.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Okay, for the first agenda should be confirmation of minutes of the last meeting. Then we will discuss about the project of the Pulau Perhentian Kecil, which will be explained by our beloved chairman. Next, the discussion on allocation of money to each department, followed with proposal presentation from Mr. Saiful and Mrs. Intan. I think that's all.
Okay. Alright, to start off, I will read the minutes of the last meeting, which was held on 27 December 2015. Okay. The minutes of the first committee meeting of the Perhentian Kecil project on 27 December 2015 at 9 AM at the Anjong Depan room.
Sorry for interrupting, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Actually, the meeting was held at not at. It is actually in the Anjong Depan room.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Presenting Mr. Haris, Miss Lisa Surihani, Mr. Saifulizan, Miss Intan Nur Suraya, Mr. Ahmad Fadli Fauzi, our secretary. Number 1, greeting and opening. The meeting was cancelled to order at 9 a.m. by me, Chairman, Mr. Muhammad Nizam bin Madden. He thanked everyone for making the time on such a short notice. Okay. Number 2, briefing on the Pontian Kecil project. The Chairman briefed the committee on the latest investment to be made by Surya Holding Sdn Bhd, which was the Pontian Kecil project. The committee was informed that the approximate cost of the project was RM 240 million. Number 3, report on current.
Sorry for interrupting, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
The cost of the project was 250 million.
Oh.
It should be 250 million.
Okay, thank you, Miss Intan. Please take note, Mr. Secretary. Okay, number 3, report on current state of Pontian Kecil Islands. Miss Lisa Surihani reported that the Pontian Besar Islands is approximately 40 kilometers off the shores of Kuala Terengganu and is only accessible by boat.
If I may interrupt, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It is actually at Pulau Perhentian Kecil
Oh.
instead of Pontian Besar Island.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Saiful.
And besides that,
Oh, okay.
the Pontian Kecil Island is approximately 21 kilometer only and not 40 kilometer.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Saiful and Miss Intan. Please take note, Mr. Secretary. The island is surrounded by white sandy beach and crystal clear water, which is host to a wide variety of corals, sea turtle, jellyfish, small shark, and reef fish. The island's maximum elevation is about 100 meter, 328 feet, and they are covered in a coastal tropical jungle. There are a few foot trails, but no roads. Pontian Kecil Island still depends on diesel generators for electrical power. Fresh water is provided by the spring found in the interior. The island is truly an escape from the modern day living. Its protected status has to require any development project to be minimal in environment impact. Currently, the island has as many as 20 chalet-like accommodation with buildings no higher than 2-story.
Excuse me, may I say something here?
Okay.
I think there is a slight mistake on the item number 3.
Okay.
It is actually in Kuala Besut instead of Kuala Terengganu, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Saiful. Please take note, Mr. Secretary.
Welcome.
Okay. Number 4, suggestion for project. Mr. Harris suggested, since the island does not have any 5-star hotels, it could be a good investment for Surya Holding. Okay. Miss Lisa objected to idea of the building of the 5-star hotel in the view of environmental consequences. It would be inflict on the small islands that the cost would exceed the stipulated budget for this project. Okay. Miss Intan proposed that the committee by given 2 months to research the islands and its potential so that viable business project could be put forth. This suggestion was seconded by Mr. Saifulizan, but the time frame agreed by all members was reduced to 4 weeks. Number 5, any other business? Mr. Harris suggested that each committee member bring a project proposal with approximate cost and relevant supporting document by the next meeting. The meeting adjourned at 12 noon. Okay. If that is the case, will someone move that the minutes of the last meeting be accepted?
I propose that the minutes of the last meeting be accepted.
I second the motion.
Okay, so it is my time to explain about the Pulau Pontian Kecil. Okay, this is very beautiful place that we will confirm that all the tourists, all the investor, and all the visitor will give the shock. Wow, okay, it's very interesting places. Okay, so the name Perhentian was meaning stopping point in Malay and referring to the island's traditional role as a waypoint for traders between Bangkok and Malaysia. The islands were sparsely inhabited by fishermen for centuries, although tourism now accounts for most economic activity. The Perhentian Islands appear on many maps of the 19th and 20th century as the Station Islands. This arises from the British colonial period as an English translation of stopping point. Pulau Perhentian was one of the islands where Vietnamese refugees or boat people landed during 1970s. This is the smaller of the two islands located west of the Perhentian Besar. The fishing village Kampung Pasir Hantu on Perhentian Kecil is the only settlement on the Perhentian Islands. It is on the eastern shore facing Perhentian Besar and consists of cluster of wooden houses, a police station and a clinic, also a mosque. Mr. Saiful, could you please open my file folder?
For sure, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. So, as you can see, is Perhentian Kecil on my left side. Okay. You see the beautiful. You see all the image of this Pulau Perhentian Kecil is between and beside the Pulau Perhentian Besar. Next picture. Thank you. So, as you can see, the distance from the jetty of Kuala Besut and to this is Pulau Perhentian Kecil, our target, our attention in order to get high profit. Okay, then it's approximately measured distance from this jetty of Kuala Besut to the jetty of Pulau Perhentian Kecil is approximately 16.67 kilometers. It's not a lot. It is not a long distance. It's a quite short distance in order to deliver all the visitors, the tourists, the investor, and also a researcher in order to get along, in order to finding research or something else in our Pulau Perhentian Kecil. Okay, next picture, Mr. Zain. Thank you. So as you can see, it is also between and beside the Pulau Perhentian Besar. Okay, next. Thank you. As you can see, this is the real image of Pulau Perhentian Kecil with the blue clear crystal white sandy beach. All the children can enjoy and adult can enjoy the fresh of the air. Okay, as we can see, we can achieve and grab this opportunity on this Pulau Perhentian Kecil in order to gain high profit. It's much worth than anything else because I believe as the head of the Surya Holdings Chamber Hype, I believe all my staff can grab this opportunity in order to gain high profit, in order to make this beach, this Pulau Perhentian Kecil as a new image of tourism in our country. Okay, next. That's all. Thank you, Mr. Saiful. Okay. Okay, I would like to allocate equally among 5 departments. We should divide it equally 50 million for each department, such as IT, transportation, hospitality, utility, and also communication.
Sorry for disturbing, Mr. Chairman. I
Okay.
think we should get a second opinion.
Okay.
Regarding the financial allocation of our project in Perhentian Kecil Island, We should allocate more to utilities and facilities to attract more visitors and tourists. Besides that, we should focus financially more to our accommodation services to give the best hospitality to our visitors.
Actually, I agree with Miss Intan because hospitality is very important in order to make tourists to come to our Pulau Perhentian Kecil and visit here. So, hospitality such as a home or a place for them to have a holiday and also a quality time with their family members and also partnerships.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, I consider the opinion from both of you. We will allocate specific amount of financial, depends on the proposal. For IT department, I suggest we use social media application and also mass media as a bridge to deliver our promotion, our information to our project in order to increase, in order to know, to make know of the others that our building, our company is going on a track.
Yes, I agree with our Mr. Chairman about the 50 million for IT department and its reason. As we can see, the information nowadays at our fingertips. Just click at any web page, the advertisement will pop out.
Okay.
Even by using the phone, we also can access the information about this project anywhere, anytime. Moreover, the television also play an important role in attracting people to come to Pulau Perhentian. Many kind of attractive advertisement can be advertised. For example, like the cosmetic product from the herbs and Kuputik. We should follow on how they advertise their product. Hence, with the reason from our Mr. Chairman told us before, I think the 50 million for IT department should be enough.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Next, did anyone has opinion or idea about transportation?
Mr. Chairman,
Okay.
for transportation department, I would like to suggest that we buy our own boat
Oh,
instead of ferry, because boat make the passenger feel close with nature and also makes them excited with the beautiful scenery of this ocean. Maybe around Rm 10,000 each of the boat, so at least we could have 20 of them. Then we should have our own bus and van. Customer safety is our first priority, right?
yeah. That
Then,
is-
by owning the bus and van from our own company, we can monitor them. And if anything happen, we will be informed swiftly after the incident. For a better impression for VIP customer, we should at least have a helicopter. If I'm not mistaken, in the buyplanemalaysiaonline.com had been offering reasonable price for some of the great model of the helicopter. Not only we makes the VIP comfortable with our services, but we also makes them appreciate and spread the news on how good our services are.
Yeah.
That sounds like a very interesting idea, Mr. Fadli, because our transportation services is the main or the very important factor in our project at Perhentian Kecil Island. And regarding about the helicopter for the VIP, it's really good because our visitors come from different classes,
Yeah.
so they can make their choices according to their own budget.
Okay. I see both of your points, but sorry, brilliant idea, Mr. Fadli and Miss Intan. Then I would like to hear any suggestion about our hospitality in Pulau Perhentian Kecil.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Actually, I have an idea. My idea is actually to build a 5-star hotel
Wow.
on the island because it will help or gain profits to the company.
Okay.
Alright, that is worth considering, Mr. Saiful. But a different approach may be to provide accommodation services that are eco-friendly. which will reduce the impact of changing the natural system at Perhentian Kecil Island. Because besides providing the best hospitality to the visitors or tourists, we should also think about how our services could conserve the organisms and environments at Perhentian Kecil Island.
It's more to eco-green projects.
Yes.
Okay. So I see both of your points, but I would like to us to consider more on to eco-green project in order to reduce the environmental impact. Okay. So next we will move on to the utilities needed in our project.
Alright, for the utilities, I would like to suggest few things that we can provide at Perhentian Kecil Island, as spending financially to build eco-friendly gazebos that can open for any family's quality activities such as during the night,
Okay.
but still in moderately, because so that now we can build an eco-friendly gazebo in a fixed amount that depends on the carrying capacity of the visitors that can come to Perhentian Kecil Island at one time. So besides that, utilities like providing a small mart, selling basic needs is crucial for the visitors that stay overnight at Perhentian Kecil Island.
Okay, sounds great. I'm totally agree with you. Next, anyone has suggestion about communication?
Mr. Chairman,
Okay.
as we know, most of the information being stored or be saved in the cyber world. In order to access them, we should have Wi-Fi and even better, 4G line for telecommunication. We should provide this utility in order to make sure our business being informed to all people around the world. I suggest we put Wi-Fi on all of our buildings so it may ease the customer to access the internet. The line of the telephony also should be upgraded to 4G so that the customer can use it smoothly. For example, they post a picture of them at Pulau Perhentian in the Instagram and the Facebook. It needs adequate amount of data to post the picture. This indirectly make our business popular, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
That sounds good, Mr.
Yeah.
Fadli. I really agree with your ideas. Basically, internet is a key.
Yeah.
So, internet is the most important, especially a high-speed connection of internet, because this connection will provide customers with high mobile data, so that they can post the pictures of Pulau Perhentian Kecil in their social networks, so that the customer help us to promote our company things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, sounds magnificent. Perfect. Okay. Shall we move on to any matters arising from discussion just now?
Sorry for interrupting,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman. I would like to ask about the maintenance in our facilities for our project at Perhentian Kecil Island.
Okay.
In my opinion, we should allocate a certain amount of money to fix any problems or any emergencies that might come
Okay.
or that might happen regarding to our services.
Okay.
Yes, I agree with Miss Intan, because we should have a contingencies in case that the unpredictable problems happens afterwards.
So I am agree also, because we doesn't know how the problems come up with this difficulty. So I will consider and I agree. Okay. Anything else?
I think we should move on to the next session.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Thank you. So thank you all. I would like to give a floor to both Saiful and Intan to present about their proposal in Pulau Perhentian Kecil. Shall we?
Yes. Take your time.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning, everyone. Thank you
Waalaikumsalam.
to Mr. Chairman,
Welcome.
Mr. Fadli, our secretary, and also Miss Intan.
Okay.
today I would like to propose an ideas on our project at Pulau Perhentian Kecil. So I would like to propose that our company provide 5-star hotels in the Pulau Perhentian Kecil. This is not a common 5-star hotel because I would like to suggest the hotels are built under the water or under the sea. So it is really
Wow.
amazing, right?
Amazing.
Yes, because these hotels is actually have been made or have been built in Dubai recently. So the ideas are totally good and we can apply the ideas to our company at Pulau Perhentian Kecil. So maybe Miss Intan can help me to push the next button. Thank you, Miss Intan. So this is actually the side view of the Pulau Perhentian Kecil. Actually not a Pulau Perhentian Kecil. Maybe after this we can build these things. So actually this is in Dubai.
Oh.
The hotel, 5-star hotel is in Dubai. This is the side view of the Dubai hotel, 5-star hotel under the water. So you can see it is really nice and also beautiful views, right? So next please. And then actually when you enter the hotel at Dubai, we can see the beautiful lobby here. And then next picture please. Thank you, Miss Intan. And then
Oh my god.
if you can see here, this
So
is
nice.
the bedroom inside the Dubai 5-star hotel under the water. So we can have a good views on many sea creatures inside this picture, and you can have a very natural bedtime.
Wow.
So maybe next slide. Thank you. And then this is actually the dining room. If you can see here, there are sometimes lemurs and also
Fish also
shark,
on.
baby shark.
Alright.
Okay, and then it was amazing, right? And the last slide should be. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright,
Thank
why
you.
not we discuss about Saiful's proposal since
Okay.
he's in front and with the slides.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what do you think?
Okay, for me, it is a good idea on how to attract tourism, on how to attract visitors.
Yes.
Okay, because all the views, all the place makes them really enjoy, really release all their tension problem on that place. Okay, any other?
Yes, I agree with you, Mr. Chairman. I think this is a very good idea since it's related with the sea. As we can see, in the sea we have the coral reef that made of many kind of colors that will make a therapy or remedy to someone who have headaches. something like
Headaches,
that.
yeah.
Sometimes colors made to be an aura,
Yes.
to give
Yeah.
aura to someone.
So I would like to ask something about the financial.
Malaysia.
Alright,
Okay.
so how much will you spend for this?
So actually, basically, from 250 million budget, I would like to spend about 200 millions.
Okay, explain to me why 200 million.
Because to build a very beautiful and a very high class hotel, 5-star hotel, needs more budget, and that's all.
Okay, instead of spending 200 million on the construction of the hotels,
Alright.
do you take the intention of the environmental issues on how to doesn't damage all the corals,
Alright.
give bad effect to the sea creature, does it?
Oh, sorry for that, Mr. Chairman. I only think about to have higher profits
okay,
to our
okay.
company. So I prefer to just ignore the environmental.
Alright, so I would like to ask you about the different classes of our visitors. So they come with different classes, and
Yeah.
some of them come for recreation, and they have to stay here. So how much for the rent, the night?
So actually, I suggest that we provide a small room for them together in a room and have to share their monies so that they can live inside this hotel. Basically, the cost for each room is not very expensive and it is reasonable.
Alright. So maybe it's so reasonable until it's 200 million, right, for this hotel.
Yeah.
So how many people can be fit in the carrying capacity?
So actually, at one time, it can
Fit in?
Fit in?
it can fit in about 250 people.
Oh.
250 people. Right?
150 people only. Oh,
Okay.
so small.
So basically, from the amount of the fit in can fit into the hotel.
Alright.
So give me the division of amount of people that you have said that 250 people on okay, this bedroom for how many people that can fit in.
Alright. For high class people, it's about 80%,
Okay.
and then for the lower class, about 100 people,
So
and then the total is 180, right?
Yeah.
So another 70 is for the middle class.
Okay, so I see your point, but don't you think that 200 million is too much for
Quite expensive.
and accommodation services? Just accommodation services, you will spend 200 million.
Yes, 200 million out of 250 million is
Yes.
very
Yeah.
big amount.
Yeah,
So
you should
I
know.
know about that. I have think about it, and actually inside the 5-star hotel, they are also will have supermarket, we have gym, and also another utility that found outside from the land.
That means every facility already provided inside the hotel.
For 200 million?
Yes,
Okay.
in a hotel we have anything, we have everything.
So it means that all the facilities, all the needed for the visitor, the tourists, is have in there.
Yes, in there. Correct, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so I think we should consider about the aquatic organisms
Yeah.
in the ocean, because nowadays in the ocean they have so many coral ecosystem that die and become white, right? So we should consider about that too. So if you build a hotel in the ocean, you have to make a hotel inside the ocean. It might harm the aquatic organisms around it.
As you know, pulau perhentian kecil is not a pulau perhentian besar. Pulau perhentian kecil is just a small area. So we plan to build a hotel only at a small places. That's why it's only the capacity of the hotel is about 250 people at one time.
Okay, Miss Intan, excuse me. Sorry, I think about the coral bleaching. Actually, what I've been reading about the coral bleaching, it is actually because of the pollution. Actually, when we doing the construction on the coral, some of the what we call it department can move the coral reef into the other places, so it will save the coral reef actually. So we will not destroy the coral reef, I think.
Alright, so at least it will change and alter the biological system of the fishes and all the just you said, Nemo and all the sharks. It might change the biological system of them. So okay, the small area that you want to build the hotel may save or may store the most the most valuable fish. So maybe after build this hotel, it may become extinct.
At the first time, maybe they can change. It can change the biological system in the sea or in the water. So I've think about it. Actually, the marine organism itself can adapt with a new environment. So if you can see here, there are many fish are still alive.
Excuse me, Mr. Saiful. Have you done any or have you sent a researcher on how to deal with this construction of this hotel in order to cooperate with the environment situation?
Thank you for that question, Mr. Chairman. Actually, I've think about it before this, and for your information, I have contact the architect for this project. So we are going to do our planning later. I will conduct a meeting with them so that we can think about it later.
So how can you persuade and convince me in a month how much profit that we will get in this project? So I need to know each profit, let's say example, each week or each month, the profit from this project.
Okay, for the financial management, actually the profit is about 5,000 million.
Wow.
5,000 million for a year.
Wow. Okay. Sounds amazing.
Yes.
Alright, so in my opinion, sorry for disturbing Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
I think we should not really consider about the profits that we might get in a year or afterwards, because we should consider about the rich ecosystems inside the ocean, either it's coral, fishes and all, because we want to conserve this perhentian kecil island for a long term. We should think wider and broader instead of thinking about how many profits that we can get in a year.
Okay.
Okay, thank you
Yes,
for that.
I agree with Intan. I think what we call it in the famous idiom that we all what we call always use. For example, like preventing is much better than cure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Maybe, Mr. Saiful,
Alright.
I guess this is one of the hotel that built at
Pulau
which
Pantai
place,
Kecil.
which place had been made this hotel?
It is actually in Dubai.
In Dubai, in the ocean.
Yes, in the
Yeah.
ocean.
Alright, so how about the fishes and how about the ecosystem? Did you do some
So actually the ecosystem changes a little bit, but after a year, from my research, after a year, this area is not affected at all.
Okay, so it doesn't affect at all.
Yes.
Alright, so maybe we should do some research about this. We should
Yes.
consider about your proposal. Thank you.
Okay.
But still, I think we should not spend a lot of money for the accommodation services only, because utilities, facilities, and all
Yeah.
are important.
Yes, that's
to-
true, Mr.
yes,
Dan.
to-
It is just a proposal from me,
Yes,
so I would like to hear another proposal from another staff.
Okay.
Maybe we can discuss it later
Yes.
after this.
Okay. So thank you, Mr. Saiful. What a such a great
Thank you.
idea. Was a
Yes.
such nice
you, everyone.
discussing to all of us. I see a better future in our company from Mr. Saiful planning on such a great proposal.
Thank you.
So why not we hear from Miss Intan? Okay, now let's discuss about Miss Intan proposal.
Alright, thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Chairman. Okay. Slide. What, please?
Okay.
Alright, so Assalamualaikum. I am Intan Nusraya, Director of Human and Health Resources.
Okay.
So I would like to present about I would like to propose about my eco-friendly accommodation services. Eco-friendly hotel, eco-friendly chalet, which is quite contra from the proposal of Mr. Saiful, but still we can make
Yeah.
improvements.
Yeah,
Alright,
sure.
so next.
Next.
Alright, so eco-friendly accommodation. So I would like to introduce you about the eco-friendly accommodation. So it is made important environmental improvements to reduce impact on the environment. So this is my main objective. I would like to make a eco-friendly hotel, eco-friendly chalet to reduce the impact to our aquatic systems and also to the environment, to the natural environment in the Pantai Kecil Island. Next, it is ecological sustainability, because there's many countries nowadays that meet these eco-friendly accommodation services that work and it's really conserve all the aquatic organisms. So it is proven its contribution to conservation and has been well established at other countries, such as I mentioned just now. So next. Okay, so these are the characteristics of eco-friendly accommodation services that I would like to propose. So the housekeeping will use non-toxic cleaning agents and laundry detergent. Next, it's 100% organic cotton sheets, towels and mattresses. So it's really eco-friendly. So it's non-smoking environment, because we would like to conserve the air, the natural air at the Pantai Kecil Island. And then it's the renewable energy sources like solar or wind energy, and bulk organic soap and amenities instead of individual packages to reduce waste. And guest room and hotel lobby recycling bins. There are so many recycling bins, so they can actually put your waste inside the recycling bins, and then we can think further about how to dispose all the trash. And then towel and sheet reuse. Guests can tell housekeeping to leave this lightly used item to reduce water consumption. So it's not just conserve all the aquatic organisms, but it's also reduce the cost. It's really reasonable for all classes of people. And next, it's energy efficient lighting. And then on-site transportation with green vehicles, serve organic and local grown food, non-disposable dishes such as white coffee. So we're not going to use white coffee, it's banned at Pantai Kecil Island. And then offers a fresh air exchange system, grey water recycling, which is the reuse of kitchen, bath and laundry water for garden and landscaping. So it's really beautiful and it's really eco-friendly for the Pantai Kecil Island, and the newspaper recycling program. So next. Okay. Alright, so this is the one that being well established at Dubai. It's in the ocean. So it's maximize natural light and reducing the need for electricity. Financially requires lots of money but reduce the pollution at Pulau Pantai Kecil. So this one is maybe the innovation from the proposal previously, because it's a hotel, it's a 5-star hotel, and it still remain its eco-friendly characteristic, like it maximize the natural light and also reduce the need of electricity, so we can reduce the cost of electricity. And maybe it requires lots of money, but still it reduce the pollution, conserve the aquatic organisms and all. So next. So this one is more economical. So it's in the ocean, but it's not like we are building it inside the ocean. It's just like we are, yeah, it's like this. So this chalet is built over the water in the ocean, minimizing interference with the natural environment. So the budget is just only 70 million, and which is much more reasonable, and the rent for a night may be more reasonable for different classes of our visitors. So that's all from me. Any questions?
So, Miss Intan, can you, Mr. Saiful, can you go to the previous slide? Okay, stop. Okay. So, characteristic of eco-friendly accommodation. So, the characteristic number 3, the point number 3, non-smoking environment. How come you can say that non-smoking environment? Because most of our tourists, most of our visitors, most of the VIP person smoke. So how can you prevent their habit, because they are our customer. You cannot simply say this is the area for non-smoking area. So how come?
Yes, I agree with Mr. Chairman. Since our customer is our priority,
Yeah.
customer is always right.
Yeah.
I think, for my opinion, I think there must be a smoking area
Yeah.
for them, but maybe in specific
Yeah.
places that enclosed with something.
I would prefer to consider that
Yeah.
too, but still in moderate because we do not want any haze that will
Yeah,
be
sure.
pollute our environment at Contoh Kecil Island. But still, thank you so much. It's
Mhm.
considerable.
So can you explain more on a point that state that energy efficient lighting? What is that? What is the mechanism?
Okay, so it's using solar energy
Mhm.
during the day, and so during the night we can use the solar energy for to light up. But so we can reduce the cost of electricity. Maybe it's not really cutting it out, but it's reducing, and it just we know that aquatic organisms sometimes need night or need without lights at all to maybe reproduction or what. So it's energy efficient lighting for this chalet and hotel which improve or remains their biological system.
Yeah, I also heard about the light pollution.
Yes.
Yeah, it is also affect the biological development of the sea creature.
Yes,
Okay.
I agree with Mr. Chairman. Besides that, I really love your ideas where the recycling program
Alright.
because all the things that we use inside the inside the hotel are always being recycled.
Yes.
So it is really eco-friendly and I like it. I
Yeah,
really
so
like
we
it.
have a really manageable waste disposal.
Yes,
Okay.
I think it is great idea since in the newspaper about the health, they said that the fish being poisoned by the plastic. The plastic when we let it alone at the sea at a long time, it will become microplastics and it will affect
Yeah,
the
because
fishes.
plastics are undegradable.
Yes,
It's it's undegradable.
So, Mr. Saiful, can you go to the next slide? Okay, this. So, maximize natural light and reducing the need for electricity. So, can you briefly explain about how much budget to maximize this natural light and reducing the need for electricity?
So I guess it's well established. So many countries have been built this. So it's 70 million for all the electricity, the reduced amount of electricity. And again, it's use the solar energy during the day, and we are going to use it during the night. So that's it. It still looks luxurious,
Yeah.
yes.
but eco-friendly.
Mr. Chairman, I already read about the solar system, solar panel
Okay.
that have been invented from the Canada. I think the price of the solar panel is not quite expensive.
Yeah.
It is a reasonable price, and
Okay.
I think it's very good idea to use the solar panel.
It sounds great.
So thank you for that. That is
Any
all.
other questions?
So basically, I really love the idea. So do you want to build the five-star hotel near the sea or in the sea?
I guess it's near the sea because I don't want to touch any organisms inside the ocean. We would like to conserve it as maximum as we could.
I thought you said in the sea.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a little bit of question about the division of the how many people can fit in that such a nice building.
Okay, so the hotel will be built depends on the carrying capacity, of course. It's just that because Contoh Kecil Island will not going to carry so many people. It's just they have their own carrying capacity, and that amount of carrying capacity we will build this hotel depends on the carrying capacity, of course. Because we will not exceed the carrying capacity. It will harm the ocean and give a long-term effect, bad effects.
So it sounds manageable. So Mr. Saiful, can you go to the previous slide? Okay. Okay. So serve organic and local grown food. Can you explain and briefly on more on that? Because as I can see that we have our professional chef because in our department of the cooking.
Yes.
So can you explain about the serve organic, because we have various people, right? Various customer, various tourists, because they not only eat that organic food.
And the organic food is actually more expensive
Yeah.
than the natural.
Delicious.
Okay, so I think about it, and maybe it's because of it's Dubai,
Yeah.
the well-established country that made this eco-friendly accommodation services are overseas, so they might get used to it. So for Malaysia, I guess we need consider to think about that too. So
Yeah.
I think for that point, we should consider more, and we should think about what kind of foods that we are going to serve and how it will affect our ocean and our environment in Perhentian Kecil Island.
Excuse me, Miss Intan.
Yes.
Actually, we will spend 70 million
Yes.
of budgets on this project. So, what do you think the approximate or our estimation
Yeah.
for the
Profits.
for the profits that we will get
Yeah,
from the
sure.
project?
In every year or your estimation
Okay.
profit that
So
you get.
it might take time
Okay.
for a very good profit and to gain the 70 million. So
Yeah.
70 million as a model. So it may take time, but why not? It's a good long-term
Yeah.
effect.
Yes.
It's a good way to conserve everything inside the ocean and the environment too.
So I'm very attractive to the offers the fresh air exchange system.
Yeah.
So can you explain more on that?
Of course, Perhentian Kecil Island or any island, but we chose Perhentian Kecil Island. So Perhentian Kecil Island have a very natural fresh air. So we would like to conserve that. Again, it's conservation and preservation. So we would like to conserve the fresh air. Alright, so fresh air exchange system is that inside the accommodation services that we provided, they have like a very, it's a mechanism that will exchange a very fresh air from the outside into
Oh,
the
do you want to say that
services.
it has a very well ventilation system?
Yes,
Is it? I get it.
it's good.
So the point number one, housekeeping uses non-toxic cleaning agent and laundry detergent. So as we know that in this world, in this product of the detergent houses, we almost of the product using for sure toxic chemicals that can harmful, can give bad effect to the environment and also the organism. So how can you prevent from the housekeeping person, the staff not using the non-toxic, because we doesn't see it?
Yes.
So how come you can prevent it?
Alright, so based on my research, I guess there are so many cleaning and
Yeah.
laundry detergents that consist of, we can cut everything out.
Yeah.
We can even found something or cleaning laundry detergents that consist of zero toxic. So at least we reduce the amount of
Yeah.
it. So maybe the commercial one might be 50% and above of toxic. So maybe we will use least amount of it. So
Okay, sorry, Miss Intan. Okay, about the offer of fresh air exchange system, as you said, did you use the aircon as your ventilation system?
This is the most.
okay, so we provide different rooms with different kind of services.
Okay.
So yeah, we have to use air conditioner.
Okay, if you can see, the aircon have CFC.
Yes, yes.
Fluorocarbon, as you're aware of it. It will cause the thinning of our ozone layer. So it not eco-friendly, I think. So what your suggestion to prevent of using the
Instead of using eco, what type of way or method on how to dealing with this hot and hot situation, might
Yes,
be
El Nino.
El Nino situation.
Okay, so I think Contoh Island have a very natural fresh air, so it's really cool and refreshing. So maybe we should cut the air conditioner and think about something that is more eco-friendly, which is still any hotness like here. So we should find something and consider about that.
So, can you explain me on the transportation, on site transportation with green vehicle? What example of the green vehicle that you provide on this project?
So, sorry, Mr. Chairman, for interrupting. Before we are moving to the next question for your question, I would like to add some information
Okay.
for Miss Intan. As we know, if we cut the air conditioner near the island, around the island, actually we have very natural fresh air. There are always air breeze, cool breeze from the environment, so we can cut
So
that.
it's still okay for
Yeah.
now.
Yes.
Yes. I did discover that today. So thank you so much, Mr.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome.
So, come up with the green vehicles. So, what type of green vehicle that you offer in this project? I didn't get it, and it's not clear to me. What is green vehicle?
Sure.
Yeah, on-site transportation.
Serve organic
vehicle.
Yeah.
on-site transportation
Yeah,
with green
green
vehicles.
vehicle.
So I bet the on-site transportation with green vehicles is the vehicles that we use at the ocean. So such as boats and maybe any services or entertainment or like banana boat. Maybe we could find, or there might be something invest out there which use more eco-friendly banana boat maybe. So we should think about that. So we should add or maybe remove any points here and make a very good innovation for this eco-friendly accommodation.
Okay.
Okay. For the on-site transportation with green vehicles,
Right.
I think why don't you use a vehicle with battery? For example, like nowadays we have the car use the
Yeah, the
solar
electrical
panel,
power.
right? So
Solar
it doesn't use any oils, and it
Oh,
will prevent
yeah.
pollution of our earth. So
Yeah.
I think it is very good idea for you to use that.
Alright. So
I second the motion for that ideas, because by using electrical powers instead of oils can reduce the pollution
Yeah.
of environment, such as air pollution and also oil spills inside
Yes.
the water or the sea.
okay.
So, may I know the waste management in this project? On how you manage the waste from the food, from the waste of the garbage and the toilet that have been used by the tourists.
So I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. So I guess my part is propose about the accommodation services,
Oh,
and maybe all the waste will be.
Later we
later we can discuss.
discuss
Okay.
it.
Thank
in the next
you
meeting.
so
Thank
much.
you.
This intern was
Such a great
such a
idea.
great presenting your proposal. Okay. So any matters arising?
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman. Actually, I would like to agree with Miss Intan's proposal, since the proposal is very reliable and real. And then I think 70 million budget is more affordable,
Yeah.
and also really logic, rather than use 200 millions for
Yeah.
only a hotel.
Alright.
Because
Sorry for disturbing, Mr. Sanful. I think it's getting more better if we can combine our ideas. We can still make a hotel, but maybe an eco-friendly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
eco-friendly
corresponding
hotel.
with our budget, 250 million only. So I think the budget maybe we can add a little bit until 80 million.
Yeah, because I think that both of your idea, your proposal, and you have said that you want to combine is doable because it's really interesting with eco-friendly project with luxury and high technology of the hotel that we provide to our visitor, investor, and all the VIP tourists.
Yes, I agree with
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman. Besides providing a hotel for visitors, we also will provide eco-friendly chalet in the Pulau Contoh Island.
So before I close this meeting, I would like to discuss and conclude the allocation for the budget that we agreed that both of your proposal and idea have combined. So let's have a look. This. Okay. So as we can see here, the budget allocation within this project is about 250 million. So for IT, this is my roughly budget,
Alright.
50 million, 50 million, 50 million, 50 million, 50 million. Any objection?
I think we can reduce the amount of the money at IT and communication, since like I said before, the IT will just advertise our promotion, something like that. So I think it doesn't cost that amount.
It's not cost that much.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I agree
how
that.
much is
Maybe we can
spending on
reduce
IT?
until 10, maybe 5 million, something like that.
5 million.
Yes.
Okay. 5 million.
5 million for IT, for 5 million for communication. Yes.
I think we
So-
agree. Miss Linda?
Yes, I second the motion.
Also for the communication 5 million. So we have 240 remaining. Okay. For transportation, any objection?
I think for the transportation,
It's
we
all-
need to add add a little bit.
Budget.
Maybe
for
10
this.
million.
Maybe another 10 to 20 million, since we need to buy
Yeah.
helicopter,
Boat,
Yes,
something
it's
like that.
costly. Okay.
bicycle, something.
Why not we add about 30
Yes.
on the transportation?
Yes.
It will be 80 million because for sure helicopter using a lot of costing the budget. Yes. The maintenance also. So 80 million.
We have remaining 160 million.
So how about the hospitality?
It should be 70 million or
I think about the accommodation of hospitality,
Okay.
The maximum we can reach is 100 million.
yes.
I
Because-
guess it's a very stable financial allocation for accommodation, so
Yeah,
it's
because-
100 million.
Because we need to provide the
Customer.
customer
With
with
all the
a very
facilities.
good
facility.
facility.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
Okay. So it's gonna be 100.
So how much?
So how much remaining, Mr. Saiful?
100 million.
So for the utility.
No. Actually, it's not 100 million remaining, but 60 million.
Alright, 60
Oh,
million.
60.
So I think about utility, we stick to that. Stick to that.
Okay.
And I think this is
Budget.
another 16 million. I think why not we use it as contingency?
Yeah,
Yes,
brilliant
maintenance.
idea.
Yes, yes.
To support, to maintain all these
Problems,
unpredictable problem that we come up within this project.
Alright.
Okay, so it will be
Contingency.
contingency about
10 million.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
we spend about 50 million for utilities.
Yeah,
Because
utilities are much more important.
so how much contingency?
10 million.
10 million.
Okay.
And utility is stick for 50 million.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that enough? 200?
Yes. All
So-
is 250
So
in
have
total.
total up about RM?
250 million ringgit Malaysia.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So all this stuff, all this budget that have been allocated is about IT. We have decided. Have you all agree?
Yes.
So agree that IT we allocate about 5 million. Transportation 80 million. Agree?
Yes.
Agree. So take note, Mr. Secretary.
Yes.
The hospitality we agree.
Yes.
100
Yes,
million.
100 million because we need to accommodate on more on budget on that. So utility about 50 million. Agree?
Yes.
So take note, Mr. Secretary. Communication 5 million, and then lastly contingency in order to cope with the unpredictable and consider the situation. Okay.
Sorry for disturbing, Mr. Chairman. I guess the waste management will be in the contingency part.
Yeah. Okay. So below the contingency, we done the waste
Waste management. Alright.
management.
I second the motion.
Thank you.
So brilliant idea, all my stuff. So it's total up with ringgit Malaysia 250 million. So well done, my staff, and have a big applause to all of you. Okay. So if there are no more objection, I decide to close this meeting.
We agree.
I agree.
So
Okay.
that's it then. Thank you to all my clever staff, my magnificent staff, my manageable secretary, Mr. Fadli. So see you all at the next meeting.
Yes.
Thank you.